This video will contain spoilers. Also, there's a hell of a lot of stuff going on. I'm just going to do it in a very random order. So this is DMs as of 14 to 8 p.m. on Saturday, the 26th of November 2022. I let Jack know on Thursday that it was Ted Bundy's birthday because I had a feeling that somebody would like to know. And he hasn't looked at it yet, but I let him know that, and I'll get to this soon, that I was fighting in the Animated Times comments because an African American was offended that I said that Tarantino, Scorsese, Scott, etc. aren't racist, basically. The argument keeps on changing what it's actually about. My friend told me at 11 that he was waiting on me, because I'll get into that later. I messaged Ginger saying at 11:39, where are we meeting? Because the other guy wanted to know. He didn't respond. I tried calling him, didn't respond. I then set him at 2 to 6 p.m. Normal people. I met this guy. He was average. Victorian writers. He was, in the way of most men, possessed of a rudimentary intelligence. His countenance ordinary, his bearing mild, with some weakness about the shoulders, his hair the colour of ash. He spoke of the Weller. I said that Scarlet Letter went further, and he literally just looked at it. On Wednesday, Dylan sent me a video of a fat girl dressed as Batman. At least I think hold on, it's been a couple of days. Let me see what is that. What is? Batgirl, sorry. I said, if she went up against the Joker, he would just run in circles and tire her out. I then sent him a video of people playing, I guess, Warzone, where one of the players has a fake ass. I said, so that's why you like Modern Warfare 2 2022 so much. He said, no. And then sent a video of Ginger with a Snapchat filter on with the caption, monkey. I then sent him a photo that he sent me a couple of days ago. He said, LMAO, you excited for Saturday, bye? Yeah. Want to see the black women fight the Mexican water people? Hell yeah. He then sent me another photo of him, Ginger, and another guy. I said, I'll point this out now so I don't forget, but I'll clarify tomorrow. 75% of America is white. Very hip. Today. We are on our way. I ain't going out for lunch, so I'll see you at 2. Pick up the phone. Can you delete the video on Instagram? I don't mind if you keep it, but don't post it. Post the picture if you want, but preferably not the video. Done. After this fight in the Animated Times comments, it comes from a post that Animated Times post from 3 days ago, but it feels like it's longer. This is a tweet from Simu Liu, however you pronounce it, the guy who plays Shang-Chi. If the only gatekeepers to movie stardom came from Tarantino and Scorsese, I would never have led the opportunity to lead a 400 million plus movie. I'm in awe of their filmmaking genius. They are transcendent auteurs, but they don't get the point. They're nose at me or anyone. No movie studio is or will ever be perfect, but I'm proud to work with one that has made sustained efforts to improve diversity on screen by creating heroes that empower and inspire people of all communities everywhere. I love the Golden Age too, but it was white as hell. I said, I don't like the fact that he's making it about diversity rather than the films themselves, but I agree. Also, it was Francis Ford Coppola, Ridley Scott, and the director of Birdman. The only non-superhero related legendary director to defend the MCU was Paul Thomas Anderson, who I bet Tarantino, Scorsese, Coppola, etc. all hate despite making great films like There Will Be Blood. Someone said, because the films themselves suck, cannot compare with old movies. That's why he has to play the race and diversity card. And here's where the argument starts. This other guy. He's not playing any card. It's true a majority of the films from the time only portrayed small amounts of actors, actresses of colour, and even when those actors, actresses got to lead films, they were only a small amount of them being made in comparison to the white counterparts. I replied, y'all act like Blade and Spawn don't exist. Again, how many other POC characters were able to get leading roles in films like that the way their white counterparts always do? Okay, outside of superheroes, since you all don't recognize Spawn Blade, racist plus side area, I love them both. Let's go outside of superheroes. There's Boys in the Hood, Men in Black, Friday, Bad Boys, and all the blaxploitation films. Also, I don't know why I didn't point this out. Basically, every Tarantino movie. Again, how many films where they're being made with black or people of color leads? Like I said before, it was and still is small compared to white counterparts. Instead of trying to go back and forth, be honest about the truth, instead of being ignorant. I didn't say this, but I don't know why I'm going back and forth, but okay. Also, don't you dare call me racist for supposedly not acknowledging Blade and Spawn. I'm black. How many fucking examples do you want? I've named loads, and you're still acting like it never happened. Also, I didn't call you racist. I called your actions racist. Not the same thing. Also, it is possible to be racist but against your own race, but okay. Typical white person thinking they can speak on black people's behalf while simultaneously being racist by speaking over black people's first-hand experience of racism. Not speaking on black people's behalf, but at all, but okay. There's more comments, but it's not letting me access them. Hold on. Typical white person thinking they can speak on black people's behalf while simultaneously being racist by speaking over black people's first-hand experience of racism. Wait, then I said already. In case I didn't. Not speaking on black people's behalf at all, but okay. Yeah, that's it. I read Batman Year 2. Right, so the cover is Batman holding a gun, which immediately is a red flag because yeah, he kills, but he would never deal with a gun. And it's like he decides to work with Joe Chill, the person who murdered his parents for some reason. And when it comes to the gun, he fires like 2 bullets. It's alright, I guess. Okay, now we're at the bit. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Mixed ratings. I watched it in cinema. Chadwick Boseman, Letitia Wright, Michael B. Jordan, Dominic Thorne, Angela Bassett, Daniel Cool. In fact, he's not even in the film. Like, Chadwick appeared through archive footage of the first film, but Wakabi didn't. Anyway, I don't know how you pronounce her name, sorry. Peter Nyong'o, Winston Duke, Martin Freeman. Right, Lake Bell got credit, but I don't remember her being in the film. Julia Lee Dreyfus, Richard Schiff, Sterling K. Brown. I didn't notice him, but I don't really know who he is. I only know that he's married to Angela Bassett. It's good, I guess. Problem is, we saw it in the first row. I'm not gonna get to that story. So I woke up at, I'm gonna say 8:30. Okay, maybe 10 to 9, we'll say. My mum and brother already left the house, so I went on the Xbox and I thought, right, I'll go get a shower at 10 to. And I finished, I'm playing Batman Telltale on the Xbox, and like I completed episode 4. I was like, okay, chapter 1 of episode 5 is really short, so I might as well just get that done. So I did it, got the shower, and I checked what time it was when I was getting dressed. It was 7 past 11. And the fact that my friend said that he was there at 8 past. I didn't know that because I didn't check my DMs and I don't have notifications turned on for Instagram. Well, let me move this out of the way. But he luckily was patient to wait on me. I don't remember what time I got there, but he was waiting there for a bit. So because I was hoping to just wear a hoodie, like a t-shirt and hoodie, but I don't have any t-shirts, so I decided to wear a shirt and a coat because I don't like wearing just a shirt, just a t-shirt, because like here's me projecting my insecurities, but like obviously you can tell by my face that I'm fat, but I just like covering up my stomach. Anyway, decided to bring 40, I think £40 with me, maybe 50. So we got in, and yeah, when we got the art, just like, can you message Ginger, see where we're meeting? Obviously no response, and we got the banger. And I asked him, "Is there a studio on this road? Do you know?" He said he doesn't know. So anyway, we got out at the car park that's outside the cafe, and we decided to wait across the road from the cafe for Ginger, who took a while. And we also trying to get in contact with our friend who he went home early on Thursday because he was sick. Didn't come in on Friday and has had no contact with us at all since he left. But he got in contact and said, yeah, he's still feeling bad, so he's not coming, which was actually a good thing because it's a 5-seater, and if he came along, there would have been 6 of us. So eventually Ginger appeared. We got in the cafe, and now there's gonna be a lot of autism going on today. I'll point at every example, and this is all from memory because it's nearly 8 o'clock. So this all started nearly 9 hours ago. Anyway, so the driver ordered his food first. Then I ordered my food. Then Ginger ordered his food. Both of them went upstairs, and eventually the person at the counter was like, "Sorry, what are you waiting on?" "Oh, I ordered a bagel." It's like I ordered a cheese, cheese and no, bacon and cheese bagel. Are you with those 2 guys? Yeah. Oh, you can go on up and we'll bring it to you. Oh, okay. So we went up. Well, laughed at it. At our food. It was good. Although cream cheese is not what I thought it was. I always thought it was like seriously strong if you ever had it. Apparently not. Anyway, so we were just laughing, like putting filters on each other for Snapchat or for me for Instagram. Mama left at 12. Went to Asda because they didn't want to buy like popcorn and drink and all from the actual cinema because that's expensive. Um, the driver is 17. Like he's also excuse my stomach. He's 17. He's passed his test. He's on our plates. But I thought he was 18. I felt bad about myself, and I realized he's younger than me, and he's passed his driving test. And we've been talking about me buying a drink that he's been recommended that I buy. But I was like, would you buy it? I don't have my license, like my ID. So like, could you buy it for me, and then I'll pay you. Like, I'm 17. Oh. So they bought. Oh, and also he, when we were going to the counter, we went like where they go past the like freezer section. He pulled out like bag of chicken breasts, gave them to me, and I thought, okay, this he's buying his dinner, and buying his dinner. He just wants me to carry it for him because he's already got enough on his hands. Like, okay, okay. And he's like, Dylan, like, I'm not buying it. Oh, so I bought a big bag of salty popcorn, a Dr Pepper, and some fudge. Cost me a fiver. On the bagel also cost me a fiver. So after that, we went to the cinema and we waited on Dylan. Meanwhile, so I'm sitting shotgun and I said, I'm taking my coat off. So I got out of the car so I could do that. And it's windy, so I couldn't. I was trying to hold the door open because it would have slammed. I was trying to take my coat off. Eventually, I was like, oh wait, I can just close the door, take my coat off, and open it back up again. So I did that, and like Dylan eventually came. He's like, "Where are you guys?" And we were looking around, going, we're in Bloomfields. Like, come on, the film's starting soon." We'll like, okay, we'll be 5 minutes, and we kind of were 5 minutes because I kept on going in and out of the car, but I and bring this and actually I'll and then um we're in. They're buying the tickets with their credit cards. I don't have a credit card, so like I thought they would have bought the ticket for me and then I'll pay them, but I went to the cash bit where you pay cash. Bought ticket and a large combo because I didn't actually bring that bag of salt and popcorn in. That's what I was moving earlier in the video. But I have a Dr. Pepper own, but I haven't taken any. Didn't have much of it because I was full from the Coke that I got. So watched the film, but front seat. So right, what happened was that it was packed, like no seats left, but we were some of the only people there. Despite the fact that it was hard to see, I still liked it. So after that, we went to Bloomfields. Like, we're gonna have Burger King, then we're going home. So Ginger went for a piss, and we waited on him outside the Burger King. And then eventually, someone, Dylan, went to McDonald's. So I went to McDonald's, by the fact that it was packed. And I was going to order, but line's too long, so screw it. I'll just get dinner at home. And it took very long time because Dylan had ordered a lot. It was like 3 chicken selects, a McCrispy, a McFlurry, a bottle of water, and possibly another burger. But when his McCrispy came, so he asked it with just cheese, but they gave cheese and mayo. And this is an autistic moment for him. He tried to scrape the mayo off with a straw. And he literally pulled it apart trying to get rid of it. It's like, screw it. And I said, well, you know what? I'm just going to eat it then. And he gave me permission. I had it. It's good. Very spicy. I was like, wait, actually, can I look at the receipt? He looked at the receipt, and it turns out it wasn't him that screwed up. They screwed up. Like, the receipt does say just cheese, and yeah, they gave him mayo, but he can't get a new one now because I've already had it. Well, I got my better paid for. Oh, and also at that time I was like, oh yeah, by the way, gave the driver a tenner for gas money. So after that, we went to Smith's. Oh, and by the way, the entire time Dylan's cousin was with us. I never met him before that, but I've known him. He's some guy. So we went to Smith's. At this point, it's just me, driver, Ginger, and Dylan. and we went a full circle around. We didn't get anything. Well, I got a catalogue because I thought my mum and my brother would want it. Then we went back to Bloomfields. We went down, like, when you're going in, it's like a Y shape. Went to the right. They go through. It's like 2 letters and a number. Not much there, and everything was expensive. Went to go to River Island, but it was shut. So we went around the other way, went to M&S. But we didn't get anything there either. And we went home. So it was absolutely hilarious. Like the funniest, I don't even remember what caused it, but it was like something hilarious when we were about to leave the cinema. But I forget what it is. Anyway, this Twitter, as of 7. Oh, by the way, we got an ad for Aman Free, and like they're talking about going. I hope they invite me. I would really like to see it with them. Like, and if I do, like, I'm hoping the plan is same thing, but I be a hell of a lot less autistic. Like, I'm talking 0, no autism. Like, the way I would like to go see Ant-Man 3 is I meet the driver on time. We get in, we go to lunch. It's fine. I order the bagel again, probably. I know what I'm doing this time. Go to Asda. Don't get anything. Because, oh, by the way, I don't want to mention this, but the ticket, the drink, and the popcorn cost me £20. Anyway. And when I gave a tip at the cafe. So, don't buy anything at Asda. Because I'm going to buy large popcorn and drink at the cinema. So we'll do that. Also, I have a credit card now. I'm talking like how I wanted to go in February if we see that man. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I have a credit card this time, so I can actually get my own McDonald's. And I think that's all the autism from me gone. But this, honestly, this for me was a lesson for the real world, because I've never done anything like this myself. Like I have once when I went to see the director's cut of Spider-Man, but it wasn't the same. Okay, now this is Twitter as of 8 p.m. Okay, I took a small break because I just need to go to the toilet, and I remembered. Oh, sorry for the possible theme right there. I remember that Ironheart's costume in Black Panther looks crap. I'm sorry, it just does. It's nothing to do with CGI or anything. It's just it looks like that crappy outfit that Spider-Man wears in Homecoming. I told my brother about that. He's like, "Yeah, spoilers." Like, you literally look up spoilers all the time. I've never done that once in my life, mate. He's always called me mate. Anyway, the eel. Oh yeah, apparently Trevor Noah is in the film, but I didn't recognize him. Hold on, just my back is actually swollen. I think Elon Musk is a visionary and almost single-handedly has changed the way Americans think about automobiles. Have a Tesla and love it. That said, he's been a terrible fit for Twitter. He appears to be making up as he goes along. Yes, I agree. Sorry, I was closing my door. Who is Big Man? I don't know who that is. Okay, so was Big Man actually like a... Not he weird? Oh, you're quite right. This is not marked as a profile picture. There's a hell of a lot here. On the left, and just not insane, Elon comes off as more of a left-leaning centrist. That being said, you people seem determined to push him as far to the right as possible, though. It's a very strange thing to watch happen. I can barely read this. My god, these Trump people are racist. That shit is what's pushing me to be racist. Say what? Might as well. You say I'm a Nazi, so fine, and I'll be a Nazi if that makes you happy. It doesn't. I bought this SS uniform. You'll cry offense, so maybe I'll just wear it every day. I just hate to do this. I feel bullied, really. Nazis were leftists. No, they weren't. Not even close. The Nazi Party is about as left as the Democratic People's Republic of Korea is actually democratic. Your stupid claim has been debunked many times by way smarter people than I. Stop perpetuating this crap. Tell me exactly how or why they were right-wing then. The underlying basic philosophy of the right is the hierarchies of nature are justified through natural law. This is the Nazi core philosophy to a T. The left believes any hierarchy to be justifiable must be able to be dismantled instantly by those it governs. You're completely disregarding the economic theory in favour of the social one, thereby privileging one aspect over the other. One can observe natural law while still being a libertarian society. You cannot under NatSoc, which is a leftist economic theory. No, you can't. That's why the original definition of libertarianism is socialism. What? The right adopted the term without understanding the basic principles that define libertarianism. Libertarianism is freedom. Socialism starts off as freedom, but inevitably turns into authoritarianism. Capitalism and libertarianism diametrically opposed. No, they don't. No, libertarianism is the opposite of authoritarianism, whereas left-right paradigm describes economic theory, command economy versus free market. There's nothing that I can see about fascism that is intrinsically right-wing. Now that you've just said that libertarianism is the opposite of authoritarianism, do you care to recant your statement about the authoritarian Nazi Party, or are you admitting that you're a right-winger, which is still what the Nazis were? I'm a libertarian. Libertarianism versus authoritarianism is social-political theory. Right versus left is economic theory. Free market versus command economy. Unless you're suggesting Nazis had a free market, right versus left is social, political, and economic. They're all so intertwined, you can't separate them. I don't think I agree. I do not see how a fairly regulated free market economy, which is slightly right-wing in economic theory, is authoritarian. I'd say command economies are authoritarian. That said, however, I don't think they are intrinsically linked. No one says that right-wing is automatically authoritarian. It's about how actually people do, unfortunately. It's about how hierarchies are justified, and economics is tied directly to that. The entire American left says that, but we are smarter than this. I'm not convinced about the hierarchy specifically, although you could make a case for it, but I'm fairly sure left versus right is pure economics. It isn't. Never has been. You have to go to where it comes from in the French Parliament. Those from the working class sat on the left, and clergy and all aristocracy sat on the right. What side you claim is what societal groups you support. Do you support workers or the aristocracy? Me specifically, I want the government to leave me and my kin the fuck alone. I want my gay neighbours to be able to protect their marijuana plants with fully automatic weapons bought with bitcoins as necessary from Thebes and other government officials if needed. So you want unfettered capitalism that will result in authoritarian oligarchy? Read on. What will stop the core except the heavy-handed government unless you think private property should be abolished? That's the only way your two sides can be put together. Welcome to socialism. Carl, whoever that is, Marcus. Tagging you all on this one. You're tagging polygenetic alternationalists. I'm hoping that whatever discussion has evolved into becomes more entertaining with them. So we tagged free fascists. There's a £250 reward for proof of me being a fascist, 6 years unclaimed, but maybe you can do it. You seem very smart. That would require watching hours of cringe. So you just said that when you have zero evidence, leftist behavior. Also, libertarianism and fascism is the funniest take I see on this website. I refuse to believe you guys can even dress yourselves in the morning. I didn't say I didn't. I said I would have to go back and collate it. I don't particularly feel like watching your content because it's cringe to put it all together. Typical of you, this you be bullshit together. Also, no one said libertarianism is fascism. I guess you're a pathological liar. In other words, you have no evidence at all, GG. You called it fascism, I'm a libertarian, and you called me a fascist. Let me guess, all your opinions of me are based on headlines from 2016, not the articles, just the headlines, and what Dave down the pub told you. And what makes you a libertarian exactly? The same thing that makes everyone a libertarian, believing in libertarianism and wanting it to be established. You know how beliefs work, right? So unfettered immigration, the abolishment of borders, how far back would I have to go to see you contradict those? If people own property, they can have as much immigration in that as they want, just only on their property. As for borders, if you mean nation states, absolutely. As for private property, there would be borders since that's kind of how owning land works. Who would enforce that property? What if I bought all the property surrounding yours and starved you into selling me in exchange for letting you leave? Who would prevent that? Me or whatever security agency I would hire. Blocking right of access to property as a property rights violation. If that was done, then it'd be settled by a third party court. Are you brand new at this? You pulling all the day one I played cyberpunk arguments? Third party court is a state apparatus, sorry. Forcing me to give you access is a violation of my private property rights, and here we are. Sorry, here we have the contradiction that shows your system is untenable. Thanks for playing. No, it's not. It's a private company. It has no authority to force parties to do anything. Just simply make an announcement that could ultimately effectuate with the accused party, something they would much rather avoid. Forcing me to not murder you violates my rights. You really thought you did something huge? It's adorable. These are all the day one arguments. At least pull something that is a bit of a challenge. I don't think you read about the non-aggression principle. No, everyone will just murder each other and corporations will own the reign. Your society rewards that behavior. So yes, the ultimate goal of collecting wealth will supersede the life of others. The system you're born into determines your value. So socializing, building communities, trading, etc., what humans have done for thousands of years, in some cases millions of years, because most of it is hardwired in the human behavior, would all just stop because money. The funniest thing about this this all started because you lied and called me a fascist. Now here we are with me advocating for a no state and you advocating for a state which makes you more fascist than me. My many guns. We're not talking about anarchy here either. I've actually seen Blade Runner 9 times, so I kind of know what I'm talking about, big guy. I probably can't show that. I know it's too late, but I don't want to take any chances. Glad your afternoon is going well, humongous crank cocktail. My, I'm still looking